evening. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, you guys, if you guys did not see by the title, today we are going to be doing a girl talk. And today we're going to be talking about period things that girls will talk about. I'm doing it by myself, but in future videos I will be doing it with probably my friends or my sister, whichever one. Today I was supposed to be doing my sister with my sister, but today she's at work and I want to get this video over with and upload it for you guys. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to be taking the questions from off of my laptop, and yeah, so let's get right into this video. Before we do, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification button to know every single time I post a new video. Anyways, you guys, let's get into the video. Okay, you guys, so first question, when will I get my first period? So truthfully, I would not be one to tell you, because I got my period when I was 14, and everybody gets their period at different ages, so you can't really determine. But it can also, you know, benefit also your like parents or anybody, your ancestry, just anybody what age they got theirs. But as far as my family, they got their periods earlier than me, and I got mine at 14. But I'm just happy I got mine now. And fun fact is, I'm actually on my period right now, and it started today. I don't know if that's TMI, but you know, it's just a fun fact to know. Anyways, next question. So it says, how do I know my period is coming? So the way you can know your period is coming is, it depends. Everybody has different symptoms, but as far as me, today, and every time my period is coming on, I have really, really bad cramps. And I can feel them, and I know that they're cramps. I know that it's not. And by the way, cramps feel like a stomach ache, like a really, really bad stomach ache, but it's in your lower abdominal area, and it feels really, really bad. But on the first day, I really do have really bad cramps, and yeah, so it might be different for different people. And I also have pain in my lower abdominal, and then also my back. So it's just like all of it together. So yeah, everybody has different symptoms, but those are symptoms for me, in my opinion. As far as my experience, but it could be different for anybody else. Anything, it could be totally different. So you just never know. Anyways, next question. How long does my period last? So your period can last up to 5 to 7 days, but as far as my experiences, my period only lasts up to 4 days because I do not have a very heavy period. My period is very light and it's never really heavy. On the first day, it might be a little like more than normal, but my period overall is very light. It's probably why I never have bad cramps, but speaking right now, I am having cramps right now. But yeah, it just feels like a bad stomach ache. And as far as an actual period is supposed to last 5 to 7 days, but it lasts for different people, different how many, you know, different days. The amount is, it depends on how your period is. But as far as me, I last about 4 or 3 days, never long. But yeah, who never knows? Maybe when I get older, it might go the 4 days, the full week. But yeah, yeah. Next question. Okay, so how will I feel during my period? So during your period, you will be in a lot of pain because you are having cramps, but it depends for different people. Because as I said, as far as me, I do not have bad cramps, but you will feel tired. You will want to lay down, but you should get up and move around, because as much as you want to lay down, go to sleep, and just be tired and all type of stuff, you should get up and move around, and it will actually help your cramps. Because today I was having really bad cramps, and I got up and started cleaning my room, and I felt so much better. Also, if you you will also feel like hungry, like you'll be craving different things, you know, different foods. It don't really matter. But yeah, so the cravings will come. You will feel them. You will want certain things, but you won't notice that you're craving them. You just be like, I want this, and I'm gonna eat it. Because normally you're not gonna understand that you're craving it. But yeah, so that's just how you feel during your period. As far as me, because I've never had, you know, really bad period experiences. But we will get into one time where I did get my period in school, and it was pretty bad, and I had to go home. Anyways, stay tuned to that story. Okay, next question. Alright, so I kind of explained this already, but does your first period hurt? Yes, it does. As far as for me, when I first got my period, my stomach was hurting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a really bad stomach ache. But it wasn't like bad, but like it was hurting. I was like, I have a really bad stomach ache, and I was telling my mom, I'm like, I have a really bad stomach ache. Like, is this what cramps feel like? She's like, yeah, it feels like you're having a bad stomach ache. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get my period today. We're gonna get into the whole experience of my first period. You guys just stay tuned to that story as well. But yeah, yeah, I guess that's it will hurt for some people. Who knows? I've never experienced. My first experience was I did have cramps and it did hurt, so I don't know as far as some other people's experience. Anyways, next question. Okay, so what do you do if you get your first period in school? Okay, so either you can call your parents or you can go to the office if your office has pads and all type of different things for the girls to use. As far as my office does have pads and things that girls need in order to, you know, save them if they didn't have anything prepared. But if you know that your period is close, make sure you also bring a period supply so you can be prepared at all times. But that brings me to my first story, which is the period that I got in school, which is actually my second time getting my period. So, just let's get into the story. Okay, guys. So, I was in class and she was giving us a lecture on the board, and I was like sitting at my desk and I'm like chilling out, and then all of a sudden my stomach started hurting like really bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like it was hurting really bad. I'm like, what in the world is this? Like, this is horrible. Like it's such, like, it was really bad. Like that was the worst I've ever had cramps. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I texted my mom, I'm like, my stomach is hurting so bad. Like, the cramp is so bad right now. My mom was like, oh, she's in like the emotion. And I'm like, yes, it's hurting so bad. So then I went to the bathroom because my stomach was just hurting and I couldn't do it anymore. So I went to go pee, and my period was really heavy. And my period has never been that heavy. My first period obviously was light, but we'll also get into that experience too. But yeah, so I'm like, why is it so? It was heavy, like really, and I didn't have any pads with me, nothing. So I could have put toilet paper, like you know, in my underwear to maybe use it as a pad or something, but I really don't know or how to. So I just did it, and I came out of the bathroom, and I don't know if the person who opened the door for me saw it, but I was bleeding through. So it went on my shorts, like in the area, and I didn't notice until I sat down, and I was like, oh Lord. So I used my jacket to cover me up, and I told my mom that she come get me because I was obviously bleeding. I had blood in my shirt. So I wasn't gonna go through the whole day like that, and I was already having bad cramps. So once I got home, I used, and that's a good like, you know, good substitute, you guys. So if you ever get blood on your clothes, anything, make sure if you ever get your period, and you get to your clothes, use that brown bottle of like stuff that cleans cuts. I forgot to call it like peroxide, and it gets it out perfectly fine. So I think that is a good substitute, and my grandma told me, so yeah, I'll be using that from now on. Anyways, you guys, so that was my worst experience in school, and that's the only time I got my period in school. Anyways, so yeah, it was pretty bad. And then when I got home, as I said, I do not have bad cramps. I do not have heavy periods. So as soon as I got home, my cramps stopped. I don't know, but I mean, it is what it is. But I think that was definitely the worst experience. So I'll see you in the next question. Let's go. Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into this story about when I first got my period. So let's start off from the morning. So I woke up, it was Sunday morning, we went to church, came back. My stomach was hurting like really bad. I was having really bad cramps. I was like, oh my gosh, I've felt this before. It hurted really bad. Obviously in my lower abdominal because it was very painful. So yeah, and I was like telling my mom it hurted really bad, and she was like, yeah, that's what cramps feel like, that's where they happen. And I was like, okay, so maybe I'm getting my period today. I wiped. When I got back home, I had some spotting. No, actually, before we went to church, I had some spotting. And I was telling my mom, like, I had some spotting, and she was like, well, yeah, this happened before, so I don't know. Because things like that did happen before, and I was thinking that I got my period. It wasn't like that, but it was, like, similar, but it never showed the symptoms like that. So we were just kind of skeptical, like, is it really happening, is it not? So, yeah, so we did that, and, so it was happening and got heavier throughout the day. So, later on, we went to my cousin's house for a birthday party, and like it was a water slide. We were having so much fun. So at the end of it, they blew down the water slide. I went to go change my clothes. And when I went to go change my clothes, I had to use the bathroom, like really bad. And I sat down in the bathroom, and there was blood in the toilet. And that was the only time that there was ever blood in the toilet. which is my first period. So yeah, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But the night that I came home, I wiped and there was nothing. There was no blood. And this is why I say I have really light periods. And also, my periods don't last very long. My first period lasted for about a day, maybe 2. Like, it did not last long at all. So yeah, it is pretty crazy. And as I told you guys, yeah, so that was my first period story, and it was pretty crazy. Yeah, and my cramps, as I said, I never had bad cramps, so my cramps weren't even bad. So when I was playing and going down the slide, didn't feel nothing, stomach didn't hurt, nothing at all. But as I told you guys that my periods don't last very long. So my last period was the beginning of March, and it lasted for about 4 days. That was probably the longest my periods ever lasted. And then, you know how you're supposed to get your period once a month. My period came on today, which is the end of March. And I've never had it come on 2 times in a month, but who knows. But yeah, it's on, and I'm having cramps right now, and they hurt. But us women are able, and us girls are able to, you know, just come through it and go by the days through it. That's why we are such strong people. And you girls out there, you guys are strong too. And a lot of people feel insecure during their period, but I don't. At least so far, like, I've never had that experience, like, insecure during my period. So I really don't know. But for all the girls who feel insecure during your period, do not feel insecure, because you are beautiful, you are special, and you are everything. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And even if your insecurities come out during your period, don't listen to your inside voice, and make sure that you stay positive to yourself. You are special, and we love you. Anyways, so that will be the end of today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk with just me, CC Fleek. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button to know every time I post a new video. But anyways, CC Gang, we out. Peace out. Bye.